Okay, I replaced the bearing in my old dryer. Paid $80 for this thing over 10 years ago. It was getting noisy, but I suspect now the noise is done because of the new bearing I put in for about 12 bucks. Here we go. Just kidding, guys. Here we go. Yay. Okay, back in here is where I was working on it earlier to achieve the magic. The bearing cup fit right there where I just am pointing. And the bearing hitch, as it's called, is a metal plate with a ball on the end of it. Fits onto the back of the drum. You'll see that in a moment. Anyway, I took that out of there, and I want to point out that you actually don't have to take that roof off of the appliance in order to get in there and work on it if you're careful about it. This is what at least some of the appliance people call the bearing hitch. It's a plate with a ball bearing or ball for a ball and socket sort of contraption that fits onto the back of the dryer drum. And as you can tell, this one's in pretty nasty shape. It's probably the original. Equally old and ugly and worn out is what's called the bearing cup. And here is that piece. Obviously also an original. Here's the new one. And a tip for you, what to do about that metal bearing right there that fits onto the back of the nylon or some sort of plastic piece. Well, just hold it in with a piece of tape. That way you don't need to have like 9 guys helping you try to muscle the thing together and hoping for the best. That worked for me. And here's a quick video of the inside of my dryer drum sitting on my living room floor after I've removed the bearing from the other side of it. You'll want to pay attention to this old piece that goes onto the back of the dryer cabinet. There is a right side up, and there's also a right side to the right side. So you want it to actually fit like that, with a sort of a backward C shape, like that. As for which side faces up and which side faces down, the metal corners that are bent over face the cabinet to sort of dig in and secure it in place. Now I just put the new piece in place as described earlier and use some tape to hold it in place so you don't need to worry about it. And that's all you need to do right there. Just make sure the holes line up and then go from the inside, put it in like this. I already finger tightened a little bit. Now I just use a nut driver and tighten those down on in place, and the thing should be good to go. There we are. Forget to remove that piece of tape from earlier. Now that the bearing's already sandwiched in there and isn't going anywhere, might as well get that tape out of the way. Besides, we'll be putting a bunch of lube in there in order to make the new bearing last at least as long as the old one, and to, of course, be quiet. And here I've used about half of a small sample-sized tube of lube that came with the kit. Don't need to use all of it, just plenty is good enough. And this should work. And there you have it, not a full how-to. There are plenty of those out there, but instead, just a few hints. I hope this has been of help to you anyway. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Thanks.